European markets, of course, have opened just not that long ago. Owen Fairclough here. How are they doing?
All a bit flat, Stuart. Lots of things going on in the Eurozone still this week, with the German Chancellor Angela Merkel meeting Mario Monti today to talk about, guess what? Yes, the Eurozone crisis. So the market's all a little bit expectant about that. You can see there slightly down. One stock to keep your eye on there today is Bouygues, the French mobile phone operator here in France. Profits down a third and its share price taking a tumble 5% this morning. That's after admitting that the new kid on the block, Free, which entered the market earlier this year, is eating into its market share somewhat. The Asian markets, again, a fairly quiet day's trading. The Nikkei off by around, up, I should say, by around 0.5% at the close of trade. And just keeping an eye on Samsung's shares as well, up by around 4%. So recovering some of that ground lost in the wake of that big decision over patents with Apple.
Well, markets, in fact, generally have enjoyed a very lucrative summer, but it doesn't mean the same old problems have gone away. The Spanish region of Catalonia has asked the central government for a bailout. But, of course, the government itself appears to be edging ever closer to a bailout of its own.
Spain insists it's not entering negotiations for a European debt bailout.
There is no negotiation, simply because the government has made no request in that regard. There is no negotiation. Nothing.
But as Madrid struggles to keep its public finances under control, Catalonia called on Tuesday for €5 billion in aid, the region weighed down by some €42 billion of debt.
Our aim is to meet the deficit targets set by the Spanish government. We'll need liquidity from now until the end of the year.
Battling to rein in spending, Catalonia cut public sector wages, froze infrastructure projects and suspended hospital subsidies. In spite of the austerity programme, many say they'd seen the bailout coming, even though Catalonia produces a quarter of Spain's wealth. The requested cash will flow from an €18 billion national bailout fund. It's not the only autonomous region to have asked for help managing its debts. Together, Spain's regions owe lenders some €145 billion.
OK, so that's the latest picture in Spain. Let's pick up on a couple more of the day's business headlines for you now. Global crude oil prices have dipped slightly after the world's richest countries demanded increased production. G7 nations want producers to hike output to offset supply disruptions in the Gulf of Mexico caused by Hurricane Isaac. US crude has been heading back up towards $100 a barrel, but dipped to close at just under $96 in trading on Tuesday.
And Heineken's takeover for Southeast Asia's biggest brewer is at risk of being derailed. Thai Beverage is competing against its Dutch rival for control of Asia-Pacific breweries, the maker of Tiger Beer. Thai Beverage has increased its holding in Asia-Pacific shareholder Fraser and Neave to nearly a third. A larger increase would enable it to block Heineken taking full control.
Is it too early for a beer? Yeah, Stuart. It's just before 9:30 in Paris.
I mean, you should know that by now. We have been up since 3 a.m. Paris time as well, so we're allowed it. Oh, thank you very much. Over the business and more news coming up very shortly.
4 years ago, a young senator named Barack Obama left Chicago for the White House. Today, with the presidential campaign in full swing, we follow in his tracks by train from Chicago to Washington. Our reporters travel more than 1,200 kilometers to find out